All right, you guys. Well, welcome to our virtual weekly Bible study. These are so awesome, and I love that even if you can't be on, you guys can watch the recording and get to just even chat and fellowship with us. So I hope you guys are all having truly the most amazing week. I know some people have actually just got the books of the Bible study we're doing, which you can continue to read. I really structure the Bible studies to where it really doesn't matter what you're doing, but we all just share how God is impacting our lives where we are. So I'm going to actually share some stuff with you guys, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about the new study coming up as well. And I'm really sad that Miss Laura isn't on. I know she's going through a lot, and then her name pops up. Was that not God? Y'all, then her name popped up. Do you see that? Laura, I literally just said your name. I was like, I'm really sad that Laura's not on, and she probably can't hear us yet. But I know that she's going through a lot. Laura, I was just talking about you.
Hey.
I was just saying, I can't believe she's not on because I really need Miss Laura to be on. And then you popped on right when I said it. So
I'm here.
I love your hair too. So cute.
Oh, I'm a mess today.
I love it. And Miss Melissa, it's good to see you on, girl. So I'm going to dive into, as we finish some of these studies, I want to introduce a new one and just one book because I know we're like crazy and I want to get back to just one book. But the idea is just keep doing the books we have because you still will get so much out of them. Probably for me, and I'm curious, you guys have to type in the comment area. These two books have been so crazy profound for me. Uninvited was like, oh my gosh, I'm not crazy. This is the devil coming in and saying all these nasty things in my head, and I'm not making this up. Even those little things become big things. And then being brave, how God has really literally instilled brave in you before you were even born. So with that being said, I want to actually dive. I really, really enjoyed chapter 73 in 100 Days to Brave. It's on page 165, 166. And she really talks about health and fitness and how that actually is not about getting physical results. And so I actually want to talk a little bit about that. I think it's perfect for us. Laura said uninvited has been huge, right? I actually honestly believe that both these studies need to be done multiple times. I really, really do. It's almost like, have any of you guys done The Purpose-Driven Life? Oh, that book is, if you haven't done it, by Rick Warren. I did it not 20 years ago. I'm not that old. I did it 17 years ago. And then I just did it last year again. And it was so crazy how it totally it fit with every year that I've gone through. So Donna says 100 Days to Brave, Annie Downs rocks. She's amazing, right? And I just think it's so great. I mean, and here's what I think is important, you guys. Oh my God, can you sense the ADD in me? I'm just like, and then, your journey is specific. So some of these books will speak really, really, really amazing to you. And sometimes you're like, yeah, I don't struggle with these thoughts, but maybe you struggle with being brave, whatever it might be. I think we all have a unique walk. I know some people I talk to, just the confidence in just being who they are. And so I think that that's where it's really important to just dive into books that are going to grow you for what you need to be grown for today. So on page 166, I'm going to read a little bit of this to you guys. It says, I understand that we all have different resources. Some people can afford to have fresh fruits and vegetables delivered to their doorstep. For others, paying the grocery bill is a struggle. I get that. But here's the thing. No matter what your socioeconomic status is, you should be thinking about what you're eating, not just inhaling. If McDonald's is where you're eating today, there's a side salad for about the same price as a hamburger. I'm not saying you can never eat a burger. Burgers are fantastic. But if you thoughtlessly consume food that tastes good and fail to consume food that is actually good for you, you are not treating your body well. God has given your body to you for a reason. He has a purpose for your life. Be brave enough to make your eating habits intentional. God doesn't want one compartment of your life to honor him. He wants your everything. He wants every part of you and your identity to be bringing glory to him. We've got to be thoughtful. We've got to take care of this gift that he has given us, you guys. And it says you should be thinking about what you're eating, not just inhaling. And she has a little prayer at the bottom, and she says, be brave. Let me tell you what you need to do. Go to a farmer's market today, and I know Donna can share about this, which is so great, and walk through it. See the other colors and the seasonals offered. Notice that farmers are asking them questions. Buy one vegetable, one that you know you can Google how to cook and try it. And then if she goes into the 74th day, she really talks more about this. But you guys, it was so, as I listened to this chapter, because I actually haven't finished this book. That's where I'm at in this book. It was so amazing. She goes, it doesn't matter what the outside of your body looks like. How are you treating the inside to reflect the outside? All of us look different, and we're all amazing the way that we are, but he designed our body to work so fantastic and so beautifully if we treat it with love and respect. And so I think as we go through this holiday season, you know, it might even be a great idea to have am I inhaling day, or I'm actually tasting my food day, right? And I remember even going through the To Be mindset. You know, it talks about, and that's a program on Beachbody On Demand that you can purchase. It really talks about drinking water before you eat, eating more veggies, actually tasting the food that you're sticking in your mouth, not just shoving it in. And what if we think about the food we're sticking in to glorify him? Not just, I want to get great physical results. Because you guys, at the end of the day, you're not going anywhere with this body. You're going to heaven, your soul is. So no matter what you physically look like, how do you feel on the inside, right? And that's really what he's looking for. That's what your soul is looking for. And when you start taking care of the inside and your mind, the outside will match. It will get there with being consistent. Do you guys see Christina's picture I shared in the challenge group yesterday? You guys, she started in May. And I know a lot of people will look at that and be like, oh my gosh, she's only, okay, if you guys saw that picture, she's only 11 pounds down. Now, I don't know about you guys. Did you think it was more than that? Like, I thought that was like 25 pounds, right? It's 27 inches. This is why you take freaking pictures and you measure and you don't get on the damn scale, okay? And now I know the scale is, I use it as a guideline, but it's only one guideline, right? But what if we focused on actually looking at the food we're sticking in and what it's gonna do for our body instead of all those things? And then when you take that selfie, and I ask you to share on Friday, I want you to look at the difference. What's the smile on your face look like? What does your stance look like? What do the inches look like? All those things that you just don't stop to look at. Instead, we look at what society wants us to look at. How much weight have I lost? How much do I weigh? Do you know, I actually have people tell me that they can't believe how much I weigh based off my height, that I should weigh a lot less. And if I actually paid attention to that number, then it would probably break me. I mean, before children, I was, 15, 20 pounds lighter. That doesn't matter. But what you're doing on the inside, you guys, is truly what matters and what God has designed us to grow. And then the rest will happen. So I want you guys to kind of share. I really wanted to share that as, you know, we're getting ready to go into this next challenge group, which will be starting on Monday. So we'll transition everybody over on Monday. What I usually do is on Saturday or Sunday, I give this group that you guys are in, if you're not in the maintenance group, if you're in the new group, I give you the option to go to a maintenance group where everybody's done the program multiple times and we all just keep going, right? And then I give the option for a new group where you're like, you know, I've been at this just a couple months or maybe just 30 days and I'm still really learning those beginning steps. Then you choose that group, okay? So we'll get you guys transitioned over the weekend into that. But I want you guys to go into this next 30 days. As we go into Thanksgiving, I'm going to give you tools on how to prepare for Thanksgiving the day before the day of, and the day after. Because absolutely you're going to enjoy within moderation, but you're going to have to make a few small changes to make that happen. But I want you to taste and enjoy your food and look and have the memories and build those memories of why we're doing and how thankful and grateful we're for. So I'm actually going to do a little bit of homework in our groups, and I want us to really talk about how grateful we are beyond just our physical results. I think that we're so eager to see these results that we forget why we started. We want to feel good from the inside out, okay? So I would love to have any of you guys kind of share maybe something else, a different day that spoke to you, maybe something that I just shared spoke to you. And then after everybody speaks, I'm going to talk more about the new Bible study that we're going to be doing starting this next month. Donna, please. I so always look forward to you sharing.
I'm actually getting ready to go into a meeting, but Lisa TerKeurst just came out with a book. It's called It's Not the Way It's Supposed to Be. And she talks about uninvited, because I'm listening to the Audible. And she talks about that physical pain is meant to stop you in your tracks and to make you aware of something that's going on physically. And it's no different than emotional pain and the things that we're going through, the uninvited thoughts. Because she said when you have all these uninvited thoughts and then you end up, your heart gets calloused and it gets really like distant from the Lord, what ends up happening is you have signs and symptoms of like an injury, of pain. But yet you say, God, where are you? Why aren't you present? Why aren't you answering my prayers? But he is. And sometimes waiting on him not responding immediately is not denial. He just knows what's best for us. And so it's really like those words about uninvited and about those thoughts that we have to take captive, and we have to trust God through the process of him healing us, because like I said, the symptom of being in pain, and this is emotional pain as well, you have to, and like you could be saying, where are you, God? He's there. It's not that he is saying, I don't want to answer your prayer. He actually ultimately is answering your prayer. You just have to wait on him and trust. So that was so powerful for me this week, because I've been going through the last, since the beginning of October, I'm going through something that I haven't shared, but it's really personal, and it has been rough, very hard.
Yeah, Dawn, I'm so glad you shared. I'm in the same exact boat, very much so. And I was talking to a girlfriend of mine yesterday, and she was saying, isn't it interesting how God doesn't answer our prayers based off what you're asking? And she goes, there's something within that season that he's still working on you with. And so instead of it looking as, God, why are you not answering my prayers, or why am I not seeing you? Because so many times we're like, oh my gosh, like Laura, I have to say, I was like, where's Laura? And then Laura, I was like, oh, that's God. Like you literally, like the second your name came out of my mouth, you popped on. It was hilarious. But anyways, not that that's God, but I'm just saying that was kind of cute. It's like, instead of us looking for like, why are you not? What is he? Bye, Donna. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. What do you think he's trying to teach you? Can he be still and actually look for the message that he's trying to teach you within that time right now? And I think that when I see that God's not answering something, maybe the way that I would want to, or I'm like, why is it so quiet right now? Why am I not feeling him or hearing him or whatever, is that is almost like this, hello, maybe I need to be still and just be within this moment, because right now there's something happening here. And that's why I'm still here. It's on purpose, right? He's never late, and he's always on time, right? Is that how you say that? I feel like I'm saying that wrong, but you know what I'm saying. God is never early. I don't know. Oh my God, I need another cup of coffee. But so Donna, thank you. I know she left, but so much for sharing. I think it's hard in those moments to be still, because we're like an instant gratification nation, are we not? We're like, okay, how many times, I will never forget Tony Robbins. I was at one of his events, and he's like, how many times do you guys like open something And then like, you're like, hello, why didn't it not download right away? Or the microwave, you're like, oh my God, 20 seconds. I got to wait 20 seconds. We're such an instant gratification world. We need to stop and just be still and say, what does the Lord want me to work with in this moment? So, so anybody else want to share something? It could be, like I said, anything off of what I just shared or what Donna did. Miss Laura, anything?
Here we go. I'll share. A couple things to piggyback off you and Donna. It's not that I'm going through like a really troubled time right now. There's just kind of a lot on the plate. And by a lot, there's just a lot of different pieces to juggle. Guys, grown-up kids are not any easier than young kids. They still need their mamas. But we also have aging parents, and so we're dealing kind of a lot with that too. But you know, Jeff and I have always said to each other, and I learned this about 5 years ago when I went through something really traumatic, in that your prayers that you pray for are not always what's in your best interest. And so when God isn't answering your prayers, it's because God, I believe, has a greater thing for you, or what you're asking for is not meant to be, and ultimately it's not in your best interest. You know, I cannot tell you how many times that I said to myself, you know what, this client, I really want this new client. They're going to be great to work with, and I didn't get it, only to find out that, you know, they were a problematic client for a colleague of mine. Do you know what I mean? And so I've had instances like that in my life where I remember asking God for certain things, and how are we going to get out of this, or how are we going to manage this? And it doesn't happen. And it's not because he's not listening, and it's not because he doesn't hear. He knows what's best, not you. Yeah. And so I wanted to piggyback off of that, but another piggyback was my devotional for yesterday. Do not let any of the circumstances intimidate you. The more challenging the day, the more of my power I place at your disposal. You seem to think that I empower you equally each day, but this is not so. Your tendency upon waking is to assess the difference and the difficulties ahead of you, measuring them against your strength. This is an exercise in unreality. I know what each of your days will contain, and I empower you accordingly on my power. The degree to which I strengthen you on a given day is based mainly on two variables: the difficulty of your circumstances and your willingness to depend on me for help. I try to view challenging days as opportunities to receive more power than usual. So that spoke to me in just that, you know, on days that I feel not empowered by him, are I making it more difficult than it needs to be? And the answer is always just looking back at him. Like, he'll give me that strength for that day. I just need to not make it as more bigger than it is.
Yeah. I think
that's kind of my share.
Things, power that just shouldn't have power. I was talking to my girlfriend about this yesterday, and I was talking about, and you know, it's funny, I did a Bible study years ago about idolizing certain things, and not that that's the same thing, but like when you idolize or you give something so much power instead of giving it to him, they're always gonna let you down. Always. Like, it's funny, like you always think like human beings or your coworkers or, you know, whatever, they're always gonna be like this rock. No, the only rock is him. And those humans in your life that disappoint you, they will always let you down in some way, shape, or form, because they're not Jesus. And I think, like, for me, that's always that moment. I'm like, God, he loves me and wants me to have the most romantic, most amazing, intimate love story with him. And he is so perfect that there is nobody that I should be comparing that to. And I think sometimes when we get our feelings hurt with things we're going through or what people say to us or circumstances, we need to remember they're human. They are not Jesus. Don't put them up on that pedestal. And I know for me, I'm constantly being like, oh yeah, okay. We all sin every single day. Don't let the people in your lives dictate and grab that and hurt that from you. Make sure that you're making him, and you're making him that person. So that way you can bless and release some of these things that do happen. I think it's, as individuals, I know for me, I get my feelings hurt or something might happen, and I hang on to that. Anybody else? You hang on to that and you're like, oh my gosh. And then like 5 days later, you're like, God, why am I so bitter? And it's because you're putting these people or these situations up on these pedestals like Jesus. They're not like him. And I think it's important to remember that. I know for me, I'm always like, I need to remember he is the only one that can fill that part of my life. So when I'm looking for other people to fill that, they won't. They just won't. And that's okay. And that's okay. So Laura, thank you so much for sharing. I love that. I love that. I mean, you guys, the thing that's so amazing is it's just, he is so faithful when we're not. He is so there when we're not. I mean, you can do the worst, you can be the best, you can do whatever and walk away and then come back and he's still going to be open arms for you, no matter what you're going through or what's happened, right? And that's such an amazing, like, gosh, how amazing is that? You know, and I think that we sometimes want humans to be that for us, that void. They won't be. They won't be. And that's okay. And I think we need to understand that. I know for me, I've always put my husband up like years ago. I think I told you guys, I did a Bible study with Beth Moore and it was like, I think it was Daniel. I think it was the Daniel one. And it was talking about like idolizing things because they were, you know, they would idolize things of the world, right? And I just idolized this is, you guys, this is before children. Like this is like 15 years ago. Not that I still don't still think of him amazing like that. But I remember I was just like, oh my God, like I just would do everything I did in life for him. Like, and that's great. But I need to do everything in life for Jesus, right? And then that will shine through. So I think it's important no matter what you're going through. So Laura, thank you. Anybody else want to share anything? It's so good to see Miss Sam and Heather on. I'm so excited. So I have to share something, Miss Laura. I was so inspired by the book that you shared and some of the pages you shared that I want that to be our next Bible study. I read the information on it and I was like, everybody needs this book. And who does not love Joyce Myers, right? Who does not love, I mean, I saw Joyce Myers in person and I just literally, I'm like, that woman is just like, she is the best of the best. So I actually already purchased it. I don't feel like, I didn't see an Audible on it, which I'm super sad. I'm going to try, I didn't see one, but I will put this in the group today. It's called 21 Ways to Finding Peace and Happiness. And I'm going to read a little bit to you guys of why I think it's such a great book. So Laura, I just want to thank you so much because I'm excited. And I want to do the one that Donna mentioned too, because who does not love that girl? But I'm going to read a little bit of the back for you guys. And we will start this, so not next week, but the week after. So you've got plenty of time to order this. And I'm going to look for Audible. I just didn't see one on Amazon. So it's you don't have to get Audible, but I like both. I usually get one of each. It says, be at peace with God. Letting go of your worries will help you become supernaturally relaxed. How great does that sound? Be at peace with yourself, understanding how to strive for calm. With help, you overcome those mental, spiritual storms. Be at peace with others, maintaining a mindset of gratitude in your relationships will ultimately enhance your search, both with God and within yourself. Be led by peace, discovering how peace-filling attitude affects every aspect of your life will make you more able to embrace it. God tells us over and over in the Bible that we must seek peace in everything we do. The choice is ours to make. Are you ready? So Laura, I would love for you to share maybe something, kind of get everybody excited about something about this book that you've just truly enjoyed. If you want to meet yourself and kind of, I haven't yet. I literally just got it in the mail yesterday and I'm like, okay, I'm going to read some of this and I'm really excited. So I haven't started yet. And again, nobody needs to start yet. I always start a little early so I kind of know what to expect for the groups. But since I don't know if you're done with the book or how far you're in, but I'd love to hear your thoughts as well.
The way I found this book, there's a part of my life that I really have not, I don't share that often, but I was in a very abusive marriage for about 13 years of my life, and I became really codependent, and I really didn't know what that meant. I mean, I think when you hear the words codependency, you think of, oh, you've got an alcoholic in your life, but there's so much more to it. It affects every aspect of your life. And I went to an Al-Anon group kind of just out of desperation of being completely unhappy with my life. And I was there and I attended a couple of meetings and it just didn't really feel right to me. And they had this table of books that people share that were powerful to them. And I saw this book laying on the table and it spoke to me because if I could say anything about so much of my life, it's that I was not at peace. I was constantly worried. I was constantly trying to control. I was constantly doing so many things that just left me feeling anxiety and unhappiness, and I would snap and I would be angry at my family for no reason at all. And I thought, I need this book. And I picked it up, and within the first few pages, it was completely life-changing. And I have page 23 marked. And if you look over on page 21, the first paragraph there says, I lived a defeated life for many years simply because I was not fully surrendered. I had accepted Jesus as Savior. I had enough of Jesus to stay out of hell, but I had not accepted him as my Lord, and I had not accepted enough of him to walk in victory. And I felt that that was calling me. Like, I believed in Jesus. I knew he was a part of my life and I loved him, but I didn't know how to walk with him in my life. And this book really teaches me that. I've completed this book. I've completed it twice.
Wow.
This is kind of my second time around for this. And it's just a good reminder for me. There are so many things that I let get to me on a daily basis. And if I just remember so many things in this. And the other thing with Joyce Meyer, who I love, is she has a history with that abusive past. And therefore, a lot of her writings speak to me. I can very much relate to how that beats a person down. So it's truly, I just love her to death. But this book's amazing.
I'm so excited, and just hearing how excited you are and the things that you had shared with me about it before, I just was like, oh my gosh. And I have never done a study of hers that I'm like, that was awful. But I love just, for me, it really spoke to is discovering how a peace-filled attitude affects every aspect of your life will make you able to embrace it. Like, it's funny, like, I know all of you guys, I would say, I'm going to honestly say every person in our group, we have a lot on our plates that there's times where you're like, why did I just yell at my kids? Or why did I just get upset about that? And I'm really excited about to dive in of how we can have tools walking with Jesus and learning how to walk with him more profound through our daily life, and how we can do that so that we don't maybe have as many moments like this, right? Especially going into the holiday season. I kind of looked at this and I was like, okay, this sounds like the holiday season. You know, you're yelling at your kids, or hurry up and get this done, or you've got this event that you've got to go to, and anxiety and all these things, and how to maintain the lives that we have and walk with him through this season. So I loved the idea of us being able to have more tools on how to go through this. I mean, here's the thing, you guys, the holidays are like some of the most amazing times of our lives, but yet we make it so stressful, right? And so for any of you guys that follow me, you know I already have 10 Christmas trees up. So do you know why I do that? So that I don't stress out about it. I actually do this because I'm like, I've got to do this now so that the whole month of December, I can just soak it up and enjoy it. And everybody, like, I'd say 50-50. Some people think I'm psycho and other people are like, yay. And it really just comes down to, it gives me less anxiety. I don't have to worry about it. I'm traveling the end of November. I come back, I put up all these trees. I'd enjoy them for a week, and then I'd be stressed out about getting ready for New Year's and clearing out things in drawers, and let's get everything like all of our goals and all of our things cleared out and organized for 2019. What? Shoot me now. Like, I just couldn't handle it. So a lot of it is I just want us to enjoy the holiday season, and I want us to be able to find a way to walk through the things that we're going through in life with him by our side and making it easier. So I'm excited. I'll share this book and link in the group today. so that you guys all can just order it there off Amazon. I think it was $11. And like I said, I do the Audibles. Again, I didn't see it. I'll look again. I don't think it was there. But I have the Audible app. So I literally pay $12 a month and I get basically any book I want for $12 a month. I end up ordering 2 or 3. I think I've said this a couple times, but being a part of the Audible app where you just pay the monthly fee, I've ordered 2 to 3 books at a time and I pay $12. Like, it's so worth it because I do order so many books. I also have another book that I'm going to order today off of Audible that one of my coaches, Timbra, in the new group is reading, and it's on, growing as an amazing leader. So if any of you guys have a job or anybody you guys are trying to lead or even just be a great parent or just, anything that you're doing, I will share that Audible in the group as well, because I think anybody can benefit from that, just learning how to grow as an individual, as a leader, and being the best that we can be as a person. So anybody have any questions on any of that? You want to say anything? Yeah, Karen.
Actually, instead of just typing it, I was typing it. But okay, so I have the Audible app as well. And then, so do you, but I'm confused about, like, do you order through Amazon or do you actually order through the Audible app? Because I get emails for both and I'm like, well, I don't know which one to order through. I just picked
through Amazon. Yeah. So I order it through Amazon. So I actually get emails. So I actually get emails and it's like, you have 3 credits. And I'm like, oh, I can buy 3 books. So I go and I will just be like, and it gives me suggestions. And then I actually take screenshots of a lot of books I see people reading. And I'm like, oh, I'll get that next. Oh, I'll get that next. So that's what I did with Laura's like a month ago or 3 weeks ago. I was like, oh, I'm going to get that next. And I started looking into the book and I was like, oh, we all need to do this book. So like, I kind of look at books, like I've got 3 others I want to get. And so I actually order the books on Audible through Amazon. And then what it does is when you go to your Audible app, it actually will download, like it'll actually show up like gray. And then it'll ask you, do you want to download it? And you just hit yes, and then it downloads it on it. So you do need to put the Audible app on your phone. And then you go to Amazon and order it on Audible, and then it will automatically, because it has your phone number connected and stuff, it'll automatically in your email, so automatically connect you, and then you can download them from there.
Okay, I think I'm doing it backwards because I get both emails, but once, because we pay the whatever fee it is, 14 or 12 or whatever monthly fee is, you get 1 credit a month through Audible. Yes. But then if you go to the Amazon account, you get more for free. Is that what I'm understanding?
No, for some reason, like, I don't know if they roll over. So I literally will go and I won't pay for any, and I don't know if they must roll over or something. Like if you don't.
I think so. So that's what's happened to me, whereas I built up my 1 credit a month if I didn't order the book because we're still in. Okay, so that's probably, all right.
Some books you cannot get on the credit because they are more expensive.
Right.
But I wouldn't say like almost, like I think that the times that's happened, I've paid $9. So like for the majority of the books I bought, I mean, you originally pay for a couple and then you pay the $12, whatever it is per month. And then I've built up so many credits because I think the first couple months I did it, Karen, I was like, I don't know how this works.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. And so I think I got a bunch of credits and then I ended up having so many. So yeah.
Don't you sometimes add credits too, depending on what you order from Amazon? I think maybe sometimes you get a perk and it'll be like you get like extra credits for Audible if you order this.
That might be it too, Lauren.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never gotten that. I've got where you can buy 3 extra ones on a discounted price, but not the
It's definitely worth it. If you guys aren't doing it and you're just really struggling, listening to the Bible studies, because here's the thing I hear a lot. I don't have time. I don't have time to read a book. I don't have time. I never sit down. I'm like, girlfriend, me either. Like I literally will just hit, like today, I had to take my kids to school and I literally took 100 Days of Brave and I put it on the way, and my kids are listening with me on the way home. And I was like 10 minutes, right? So like, I don't have a lot of time, so I really do listen more, but I love to have the book. So in the morning with coffee, I can kind of highlight and kind of also like look at it and look up scriptures. And so I will usually do both to do that. Lauren says, I listen in the shower. Yes. Put on makeup in the car, making dinner. Laura, I have the funniest story. So I was behind on calls one day. This is my old house. And God. You can put your cell phone in a cup and it echoes really, really loud. I take it in the shower with me and I put it in a cup like outside of the shower. So it echo really, really loud. I'm listening to national wake up calls while I'm showering. It's hilarious. So yes, there's no excuses. Audible is like, honestly, like you can be folding laundry, cooking dinner, going for a walk, your commute to work, whatever it might be. And honestly, I remember thinking, I really want you guys to consider this. Your journey starts up here. I remember when I first became a new coach, I truly am going to say this out loud because I know this is going to speak to some of you guys. I remember saying, if I don't have a half hour or an hour to give to sitting down and reading a book or listening, it's not worth it. That couldn't be further from the truth. I literally will listen to 5 minutes sometimes and I'm like, oh, attitude change, right? So give yourself some grace. Even if it's 5 minutes, you guys, it really will make or break your journey, your day. I will literally wake up sometimes. I'm like, why am I so, and getting older, I'm like, I don't know if it's menopause or whatever, but I'll wake up and be like, my life sucks. And I'll literally sit there and I'll like be like really sad for no reason. Like, I'm like, what is this? I don't do this. What is, and I'll just start listening to Lewis Howes' 5 Minute Fridays. He has these 5 Minute Fridays, Lewis Howes, and it's like, oh, okay, I can no, put on big girl panties. I'm good now, right? But anybody have those moments where you're just like, I have no reason to be this way today. And you just wake up that way. And you know what? You have to just recognize that is you needing to feed your mind and getting out of your own damn head, right? Lauren says, do you have Alexa? I don't, but I need her. We have a speaker in the bathroom. I need Alexa. And then Kara says, those would be called your mood swings. Yes, something like, I'm like, what? Or life, like, and that's where I really think this book is going to be huge for us, because anxiety, stress, being busy, like being able to know how to walk more with him in those moments, right? So I want to tell you guys really, really quick before we go. So in this next group, I will be like creating and giving you guys access to, and in the new group, in the maintenance group as well, I will be sharing a lot about Transformation 20. Because you can get early access to Transformation 20. It does not come out until January, but you are able to get early access. So what I will do in this new group is I will share how you're able to make that happen. And so that way when we're going into December, we can kind of go, okay, we're all going to maybe do this or do that. And then also for anybody that wants to still, you know, or do another program with it, do I think that you can? I definitely think that you can. I definitely think, you know, we can talk about those things and we can talk back and forth, and I'll probably go live and really take Q&As and have you guys ask a lot of questions through that process. It was truly an amazing program. I love it. I got super lean very, very quick, but I want to share with you guys, I built a lot of muscle before I did that program. So a lot of people will look at maybe where I ended, and I want to remind you guys, before I did Transformation 20, why does that sound so weird with me talking to my teeth? Transform 20. Oh my God, I swear I need to take these things out when I talk. I did the program with Siggy. So I was like, I built such big muscle that I just was able to just get lean from there. So I don't want you guys to think, well, I'm going to have those results. Yes, you're going to get leaner from it. But I will tell you guys, all of it's food. It is all food. You can sit there and it's like, I feel like it's like, okay, I feel like the program is super similar. If I were to give it an aspect to Insanity Max 30 with a step. Like I kind of, like if I were to think that, but the moves are totally different, okay? But it's super similar as far as the heart rate and that type of thing, right? Karen says, let's see, did I hear that we are getting a vegan recovery next year? Supposedly, that would be freaking amazing, right? Do you have any details? I don't yet. If I hear anything, I'll tell you guys for sure. I'm trying to think anything else I might have. Sometimes I see things, and if I see something, I'll let you guys know. And Melissa says, will they have a workout that you can try before? Yes, before buying the early pass. Do you know if you will take it or not? So Melissa, what they do for every new program that comes out is they will give you a sneak peek. And so I haven't heard of the dates of when that will be, but I'm assuming just like Lift 4, just like any of the new programs, they'll give you like a couple workouts so you can kind of get a feeling for it. The only thing I'm curious about how they're going to do that is there's no step. right? So like, I think you would just have to imagine there's a step, or maybe you would have one, you know, something like that. So, but they usually give like a teaser. They'll give like 4 or 5 days. They're like, okay, here's 4 or 5 days. And anybody that has Beachbody On Demand can get early access to that sneak peek per se. And then I believe it is, and maybe Karen, you can help me with this. I'm having a brain fart. Is it December 4th? You can get early access. I'll share with you guys in the new group. I'll have all the details in the new group for you guys. So anybody that actually wants to purchase it earlier and get it, you can, okay? They're already talking about, and I'm not sure, and again, we will process this in the new group, that they might run out of steps because they're gonna sell out really, really, really quick. One thing I really do like about the step, and I can show you guys really quick, that is different than any other that I've ever worked with, is they do have like riser options. So it has like multiple aspects. You can make it really, really high or really, really low, or, which I really like, or you can just keep it with just the step in general. So when you go and you put, you know, it's a huge difference. Like it's a really, really, really big part of it. So, but what I want to do too is, as we go through, because this will be a group where a lot of people are going to be doing this program, I really want you guys to share, I liked this, I hated this, what would you do? Like, how would you, and I'm going to walk through some of the moves and be like, all right, you guys, do this without the step first and then kind of add the step when you can, right? So I want to be able to help you through that transition to do that, okay? Let's see. And it is, yeah. Okay, so Karen, it is December 4th. So yeah, so it's perfect. So we're going to go to Thanksgiving. We're going to give you guys tools on how to rock your nutrition through Thanksgiving, so you're not going to be starting over. You guys, one thing I want to share with you guys before we go and end in prayer, because we're 40 minutes in, is before I started this journey with Beachbody, I remember going through the holidays, and I remember like literally feeling like I got to start over. I was like, oh my gosh, because I'm going to enjoy Thanksgiving Day. Because I did this program called Body for Life. Anybody else ever do Body for Life? I did this nutrition program called Body for Life, where you ate really, really well, and then one day a week you ate whatever you wanted and as much as you wanted. Well, guess what? That's not okay. You can still enjoy the pumpkin pie. You can still do those things, but you guys, even your treats are going to be in moderation. Okay, so you're still going to enjoy the pumpkin pie. You're still going to have the glass of wine. You're still going to have the stuffing, but we're going to talk about what that's going to look like and how you're going to make it slightly different and how you're going to adjust the day before Thanksgiving and the day after and still enjoy that day. Okay, so we're going to talk a lot about that. And I want you guys to literally, don't sweat it. Don't sweat it, because you're going to have a plan and that plan is going to work. Are you going to maybe gain a few pounds? Yeah, probably. Most of it's probably going to be sodium. This one will be sodium, and it's going to take 3 or 4 days, maybe 5, to kind of get rid of, and we're going to have a plan for that as well. So don't beat yourself up about that. The worst thing that I could see you do is going into this thinking about that instead of building memories with your family. Let's just be smart about it, okay? Because it really is about that. Is the early access going to have to be a purchase of a challenge pack? I believe so. I'll share the information. I believe you've got to buy the package, just like Lift 4, where you had to basically buy that package to be able to get that if you want to get early access. Otherwise, you can have the program in January when we all start. So, and we'll have some people start in December, and we're probably going to do in December is have it where people transition, and we're kind of like testing it out and having fun, and then we'll have that major start date in January, okay? That way you guys can still like, you know, have it, get fun, because not everybody will get the early access, but I highly recommend it. So I just want to thank all of you guys for sharing. I am so excited. Laura, thank you for this book. I am actually so excited to dive into it. I think it's going to help all of us so much through just building that relationship through life, through anxiety, through stress, through our busyness, that we can sit there and just build that stronger relationship and foundation with him through it. So I'm really, really pumped to dive in. And like I said, no pressure. I'll add the link in the group, and you guys just over the next 10 days, order the book, and we'll go from there. But let's go ahead and end in prayer, and you guys have an amazing day, okay? All right, dear Lord, thank you so much for this amazing platform, that we can come here once a week, Lord, and just be still for a little while and just honor you. Lord, I pray that as we wrap up this study, that you will instill on every single person's heart how brave they truly are, Lord, that you instilled that brave into them the day that they were born, that, Lord, they can do anything that they put their eyes and mind to when they lean on you. Lord, I pray that as we go through just life in general, and you've given us some tools through this book called Uninvited, where we can really recognize these feelings and these thoughts that come in our head, that they are not of you, Lord. That we will instantly, no matter how big or small, that we will hand those thoughts and those feelings over to you, Lord. That we can do all three things through Jesus Christ. Lord, I want everybody, my biggest gift is that they will just every single day just slow down, look for your vision, look for your message and the mess that we might have, that we will just lean on you, Lord. And if you're not answering us, to look for that vision and why, okay? In your precious name, Lord, amen. All right, you guys, have an amazing day. I'm really, really excited. Laura, I'm so glad you could be on too. It was so great. And you guys, I'll see you in the group. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.